Dally, Eileen McCabe. There's Monica McCabe, Monica Devlin McCabe on the motorcycle. And Barney was a good sport who would give anybody a ride any place. Phyllis Devlin on the motorcycle. John McCabe on the motorcycle, and Mary McCabe, Eileen McCabe.
The four McCabes.
Four McCabes and Patsy Forbes.
There goes Mary off with the Hells Angels.
Susan Dally, Susan Kelly, excuse me.
Minnie Kelly, too.
Archie's Alice.
And Minnie Kelly again.
Sarah McElhone, Rose Coyle, Tessie Conway, Archie's Alice. John McElhone, a brother of John McElhone's from Ballinderry. Mary Jane Campbell.
It's my grandmother on the left.
Mary Jane is very busy coming out to the company. The Old Cross of Ardboe, which has a very strong history because it was placed there by the Franciscan monks who first settled on the banks of the Loch and built their monastery there and planted the faith in the north of Ireland. This monastery came upon very, very hard times, and as you can see, it eventually went into demolition, but fortunately the faith had been very firmly planted before this occurred. Joseph McGuckin was the husband of Rosanna McGuckin. He was buried at the Loch.
That was the pin.
And a friend.
Sarah McElhone, Felix, John McElhone, his son.
Ellen Devlin, my grandmother, on the end. To give you a little history, my grandmother was a woman from the south of Tyrone. John McCabe, Jimmy McCabe, working at the hay. My grandfather, Philip Devlin, working at the hay, in his vest, you will see.
He was always dressed up. It's my mother working, Monica Devlin McCabe.
Churning the hay.
We worked very hard when we went to Ireland.
We only worked hard when they put us on the 16mm movies. This camera had been purchased by my uncle, Mickey Devlin, with quite an heirloom, and he had brought it from the Anderson family in Pawling, New York. Liam Lavery, Willie Jeffers was the man who came to my grandmother's home and sold various articles, varied and sundry things. He seemed to be a friend of hers for many years.
It's Jimmy, Eileen, and Mary, and John.
John. We now had a sporting day in Ireland at Tuam in the County Antrim, and cycling has always been a great sport in Ireland. And here we see the men running and all of the various activities of the day.
The Hillhead Pipers, with John and Eileen.
That's a trophy, the one.
This is a Catholic band, by the way.
Yeah, there's another one.
It's 18 years later, but we still remember the happy times that we had on that day and the enjoyment that was had by all, because the children were allowed to run free, to go on rides, to buy candy, Now we are at 42 Dunmore Street in Belfast, my Uncle John Devlin's home. This excerpt takes us back to Dramatis,
That was Eileen riding a bike.
on the banks of the Loch.
This is Johnny Bradley at the battery, smoking his pipe and a bottle of stout as usual.
Rosemary Dolly, who was a granddaughter of Lizzie Dolly. Good to the last drop. We haven't given him